Okay, I'm Cristiano Verducci, head of the Wellness and Wellbeing Department at the European School of Economics. I want to say welcome and thank you very much for being here. And I know that this subject is not so much, it's very popular because people speak a lot about breath work, breathing, and probably recognize that it is very important, or I say a priority, but unfortunately, they don't think that it is also important to practice, to know more, to empower, just to say to Michele before, that it is a function of our body that is not work, from my point of view, very as much as its potential in a certain way. So we are here for introduce yourself, students, staff, and all the other people interested into this subject, into this what we call the breath education, because we love the terms education. That from our philosophy means ex-duco, means to bring out of you more than head something or knowledge or wherever. So the subject or this subject of breath work, I call breath education, means that you are free to experiment with yourself, with your body, this subject, this breath that is known but not very, very well known, and very what I can say, develop into yourself in a certain way. So we, in a terms of knowing yourself and personal development and well-being, we call well-being in our department at ESE. So we use both terms in English, that is wellness and well-being. Wellness means that it is more well-known and popularly known as the industry, as also an industry and an economy, wellness economy. That's why we, in our university, we have opened this department of wellness and well-being. That means wellness as an economy that you can that you can professionally get into as managers or entrepreneur, if you love all the sectors of this industry and economy. There is there are many sectors into this wellness economy. That is beauty, anti-aging, spa, thermal, springs, but also workplace wellness, healthy nutrition and supplement, natural medicine, but also real estate, community about wellness. So very, very many sectors, as just say to Michele and introduce this department. That's why I'm the head. In my experience, I came from the physical education, sports, and so I studied physical education. So, and I was a trainer first into the fitness industry, what is more known as a fitness industry. So I train people and motivate people into the physical activity economy. That is the physical activity. There is another big, huge sector into the wellness industry. That's why I also always find something that is more, that is the subject of study myself first, instead of study different kind of matters and subjects around. So, and that's why I understand more physical education, that is, have the education into. So when I met the first time the book, The School for Gods, of our founders and president of our European School of Economics, so I really was a little bit shocked at the same time, but also happy to see that someone is really focused so much more into oneself first than what you can do whatever in your world, in your reality, as professionally speaking. That's why I saw we get more and more closer and closer. That's why today also I suggest to open this department of wellness and well-being. Ciao, and we use both terms to say wellness and well-being. Wellness means the economy, that all we can do around as an economy, and we can play and we can enjoy doing this because it's very healthy sector. It's very interesting, and it is growing, and it's growing internationally, worldwide, very much. So if you are really interesting to know more about this, we were just introduce students into this department. So, and if you know somebody, also other students that are interested in this department of wellness, of the economy of wellness, so please get in touch with me directly or with the campus for know more about this, economy, because we are now involved more and more in people and leaders into this subject to help also students to know first, to give the right information, but at the same time to empower this sector and the philosophy of wellness, in all areas and in ourselves first, of course. That's why today we are introducing into this the subject of well-being, that in our philosophy, as you know, probably if you read the book of our president and founder, The School for Gods or Technology of the Dreamer, there are entire chapter work focus on the body, the body, our body. That is our, also we can say playground, at the same time the tools and that we use every day, also for our professions. But at the same time, probably I don't know if we really take care first of this body, and how we take care of our body. When we say taking care of ourselves, our body. So that means that from my point of view, and that's why also I have to say thanks to our president and founder that approve the subject of the breath, our breath and breathing, as a very important and priority subject into what we can say, take care of our body, take care of ourselves, etc., etc. So the breath, for our point of view, is the foundation, is the basic and the primary function that we have to empower, that we have to know, that we can, really empower in a certain way for not only for our health and wellness, but also for our state of being. That is more than our state of health, because it is included more than our body. Or if we say body, we have to say not only our muscle, our organs, our skin, but our function, we can arrive at to say cells of our body, because when we say cells of our body, we describe all the body in one word. Otherwise, if you're asking you what is the body for you, you can probably say, the body is my hand, is my skin, is my organs, is my muscle, is my eyes. But when you say the body is made of cells, everything is cells. That is muscle, etc., etc. So if you have a microscope, you can go in deeper and deeper, and you see only cells. So the body is, in a certain way, cells. Is the function, is the fundamental matter of our body is made of cells, simply cells. So this is a concept very simple in the study subject. If you study the subject of biology, of course, biology means cells, simply cells. So the scientists study cells. Also now, probably in this situation, virus, bacteria, all the such things is related to cells at the cell level, at the biology and physiology. That is the basic and fundamental of our function, of our body. That's why today the subject of being healthy is very important. That means that you have to empower and to your immune system. That is another function very important for our body, strictly related with our health. So that means if we are healthy, of course, we don't have to worry about a virus outside or different kind of things outside, because we are strong inside. So the theme of strengthen ourselves first is always have to be always a priority. Strengthen ourselves. If we are strong enough, we can be resilient. So we can do what we want. We don't have to We don't have to worry about nothing outside, you know, because we are first strong inside. But okay, this is a very nice concept, you know, if we say, ah, yes, I want to be strong inside, but what I have to do, what I can do to really be strong inside without, you know, be dependent on what can I say, nutrition, or someone else outside of me that say how to be strong, etc. So this is the real subject that I want to tell you. If you really be in touch with this function that is your primary function in yourself, that is the breath, and you empower this function, you become independent in certain way, autonomous, because it is your primary function. When it's properly function very well, it's your power. It's power. That's why we call so the power of breathing. That means it's a power that you empower and improve into yourself, and is really something really that you can imagine. So you have to experience this, because now I'm talking, but it's more interesting that you have experience of the breath, of your breath, not my breath, you know, is inside of you. So, but it's not, first, probably for lack of information. First, it's important to have information, but it's more important to get into action, not only to have information, because information without action doesn't work, you know, only the information. So information means also formation, education. So you can educate yourself, you can empower yourself in a way that is autonomous, that is independent, you know. There is not a knowledge that you have to head on. It's something that you have to discover inside of you, to experience and to empower in yourself. That means you have to put your attention into more and more and more. So when you focus your attention into yourself, but now when we say yourself, we intend the breath, your breath. So it's a subject, is not, and also can be an object that you have to focus on, because otherwise, when you say focus on yourself, now if I'm asking you now, probably Mercy, if I'm asking you, you are focused on yourself, what does it mean when you say focus on myself? What do you do? Or I can ask to Monica, or probably I don't know if there is someone else that can answer and say, when you say, yes, I want to take care of myself, what does it mean to you? Or focus on yourself, what does it mean? We know probably that we have to focus on ourselves, we have to take care of ourselves, but yes, probably we sometimes we relax, we do what we love, we can read a book, we can have a shower, and all this such a thing that is good, of course. It's also taking care of themselves, sure. But I mean something more deeper into yourself, you know, more that is into yourself, but it is forgotten. It is not properly caring, you know, really caring. That is your breath. So this is the subject, and if you are here, probably because this is the subject is breathwork, probably you are interested or you are curious about the subject, or you have an experience in your life that is strictly related to the breath or breathing, and probably you are here to empower this not only knowledge but experience into this subject. So just from my point of view, the only thing that I can say is it is the most extraordinary and interesting subject of my life, and that's why I'm here to convey with you that it's really something extraordinary that we are really to take care, and it is inside of us all the time. It is our body, of course, that have to be our first house. You know, when you say now stay home, that means, from my point of view, to stay inside of you, not only homes in a way of the walls around us, you know, if you have walls, if you have one rooms, or that doesn't matter. But from my point of view, when you say home, when you say stay home, is close my eyes and get into myself. That is the real home, you know. Also now you probably have students that come from all over the world, and I try to understand that you are out of your house or of your region where you come from, and it is difficult, you know, to be comfortable in another country, etc. So probably your house means when you was born, etc. So, okay, I understand this, but I really would like to suggest to you that your house and home have to be your body inside of you. So it's also the concept of house and home have to be, from my point of view, inside and not outside. That means when you take care of your house in a way of your body, or when you say body, we say being, that is more yourself, your body that is with you, that you bring with you all the time. I think that you can feel more power and more strength in you, because you say, no, the house that is inside of me is not outside. Okay, I can live all over the world, but I feel comfortable wherever, because, you know, when you change the perspective of, say, that the house is my body, is myself, totally starting to change. And of course, I can live. Also, I can back to my region, but doesn't matter. So I now have to take care of myself. That means my house, that means my body. And now in this moment, I mean the breath, your breath. That now you are not focusing, because now your attention is in my word. Now you are listening to me, and you forget your breath in a certain way. Also, now I'm speaking, and if I'm not aware of myself first before I speak, no, I have to feel myself first. Otherwise, I lose myself into speaking and talking and blah 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 blah, and I forget my body and I forget my breath. And if I forget my breath first, also my voice starts to change. I'm not able to speak, because, you know, if I speak 1 hour, 2 hour, losing myself first, I'm not able to speak a lot. So I'm not a good speaker for the way of. Also, I lose myself first. I lose my breath. That means I talk also because my breath is active. You know, otherwise I can't speak. This is very important also, no? That's why when you really empower yourself, you really are able to manage everything in a certain way. Also public speaking, talkings, business around you, profession, wherever. Everything starts within. That means your body in your breath. So my instruction today, my education means guiding you. I would like to guiding you in this territory, in this path of knowing that means experience more your breath, you know, more than anything. And it is very easy. I have studied a lot of schools of breathing, different kind of techniques, disciplines, and I would like to say, just to say, probably you know about, or have known or listened about different kind of pranayama. Is from the yoga ancient tradition, that is means the control of the breath. Pranayama, prana means also energy, of course, so we know that the breath is also connected with the energy. So this is another great thing, because means that if I can manage my energy with my breath, I can manage everything, because everything is energy, you know, in a different, you know, probably density. Material things is energy, my body is energy, and my thought is energy, but is lighter energy. So when I manage my energy, that means I can manage my body, the things around me, that is matters, but at the same time, a very light energy, that is emotion, that is lighter energy than the body that we can touch. No, you can touch your emotion, but it's energy. No, it's energy. As the thought, we can touch our thought, but it's energy. It's lighter, probably invisible, we can say, but it's not invisible. When we talk, that means that we give forms to the thought. No, with my words, the words is energy. Money is energy. Our job is, everything is energy. So when with the breath, that means also breath that is energy, or the instrument that we can produce energy, that we can manage our energy. And is a very big tools and instrument. I probably say that the prime one. And that's why the subject of breath is very, very, very important. I want to say more than important. We can say priority, or we can say have to be at first of the chart in our life, probably. So I talk a lot, sorry, but I would like to really introduce yourself, just giving you some instruction. That means simple guiding and instructions that you have to follow, guidelines, but don't think about me. So I say the breath is the subject, and is your master, and is your teacher. Is the breath your teacher? Is not me. So when you really, now probably you have to introduce more into the subject, but little by little you become independent in this experience. You don't need me to go deeper and deeper. Probably I'm here only to share with you your experience, because I have before did this experience before you, so we can start to more sharing experience, about it, but not helps or give you something, because it's your breath, is not mine, and it's different because we are different, and it's interesting to experience this in yourself first, and I want to let you get into your breath in a certain way, not to give instruction. Don't think about that. Yes, from my point of view, I think I just said this morning to all the staff of ESE that from my point of view is the first movement or physical activity before walking, before all the physical activity or sport or whatever that we can do for also better health and whatever, that I think that breath have to be the first. Also now that we can move, and probably somebody say, no, you don't have to. Yes, you have to do exercise, but in your house. But what can I do in my house? So if I can walk, if I can only have to sit, what kind of exercise I can do? And probably we find different kind of exercise, but we forgot or we don't think about that. We can breathe. That is an exercise also. There is a physical activity. Movement is a primary movement that we can do. And when we start to feel that also when we breathe, our body starts to move. Oh, wow. When I breathe in and out, I feel that my chest is moving, my belly is moving. That means there is movement. The breath is movement. Wow. And I can do also if I'm sitting, if I'm in the bed in the morning, and I start to put my attention and intention there, starting to breathe in and out, and starting to activate more my breath. That means, wow, it's a movement. I feel it is a movement, and I can see it's not something invisible. It's visible that my body is moving when I'm breathing. No, it's not all I don't have to run to improve my breathing. I can be still and improve my breathing also right now. That's why it's easy. And we choose to have this online because we have to sitting in a sitting position. We can start to move. We can do movement. We can do physical activity with the breath. That's why I say, from my point of view, as also a physical educator, the breath is the first subject. Always, always, always. But it's totally missing. If you go in the school, nobody teach you, or not only teach you, but give you time for, take care of your breath, of yourself. Not only about sport. I don't want to say sport or play sport or whatever. I say really give time to students to experience themselves, to play with themselves. Also with the breath we can play. We can make the sound. The breath is sound. Listen, it's sound. The breath is sound. Probably when you sing, you use your breath. Before singing, there is the breath, that makes you the sound of the words, or to sing and to move, to dance. So before, there's always the breath that gives you the power, the energy to move, to sing, to dance, to do whatever you do. So the breath is always there, always. And probably for this reason, we forget about it. We forget about, we give, okay, the breath is there, so I have to take care about that. That means there is an involuntary function, and we forgot totally. But when we forgot something so important like this, probably, it's not a good thing. So take voluntarily, attention to the breath is something. Now, I think for the new generation and for the new era is a subject that becomes more and more aware about it, and becomes more and more popular from my point of view. That's why today also here at ESE that we are very, unique universe. Universe, I say universe means university. It comes from universe versus one. That is, we have to really improve this subject. We have to experience this subject. That's why today, and I really thank you very much for being here, because probably you are the first one that's starting to be interested in this subject. Not only be interested means give information, but really to experience more this function inside of you. Okay, well, so I would like to introduce in the subject in a more practical way. Practical, not only, it's not theoretical also, or it's not only theory, but we have to say something about it. But it's more interesting to get into action, as I just explained to you. Information means also formation. When become action, then when it's practical, when it's practiced, when you get into action. So I would like to get into action with you into the breath and guide you in not only guide, but I really choose the way of playing with our breath, play with our body, and so we can improve our sensitiveness. That means that we are able to be aware when we are under pressure, when we are under stress, and we don't have to. We are not able to manage our body. It doesn't matter about the stress outside. It's your reaction to the stress. So it means it's yourself or your body. So you have to manage yourself also for managing stress. It doesn't matter what kind of stress it is outside. You don't have to take care about this or worry about this if you are able to manage yourself first. That means have power, have strength inside to hold the situation, also under pressure, under stress. So you don't have to fight or to lose a lot of energy, but you manage your energy, so you know exactly how to measure what energy is, what amount of energy you have to use in some situation. In another, probably you lose a lot of energy in some situations, so you become not only you become stressful or burn out about this. That's why it's very important to be sensitiveness, to empower our sensitiveness in a way of be aware in the situation, are more aware and are able to respond, because also respiration means ability to respond. That means responsibility, have the same come si dice radice, insomma, somebody can help me, I forgot the terms, radice o comunque matrice, matrix, probably, response, respiration, response, responsibility, have the same thing. So the more you are responsible means that the more your breath is open and is empowered, so you also have more responsibility. It's very nice, the strict relation between these terms as terminology. Well, so what I can say more now? Nothing. Just we get into action means that we get into practice and give you instructions. After this meeting, as probably I would like to ask to Irene to send you, if you don't have the podcast now. Podcasting is very popular and useful, probably. So I've just recorded with ESE and the Department of Wellness and Wellbeing the first podcast about breath work and breath education. So you can find it. Probably I'm asking to Irene to send you. So after this meeting, you have something that you can have with you, free for guiding you and to helping you into this, to practice also independent way and with yourself alone, whatever you want. So now I introduce in this subject saying that the breath is sound, movement, and vibration. So we start from the sound that we can produce with our breath and with the air that we can breathe in and breathe out through our nose, from our mouth. And I don't know if you think about before, that is a sound. You can produce a sound with the breath, with the hair. So I just um, show you as an example how to do that, and probably we can get together into this first episode, we can say, about first approach with the breath, thinking about the sound of the breath, to pay attention only to the sound that we produce with the nose. So I'm doing now. Listen, we can produce a sound, when we breathe in, the air passes through the nose, only the nose now. And it involves, as you know, our body, because it's important that with our body we are relaxed, or that means we have to release our tension, our contraction. We have our body. So I don't want to suggest you what kind of posture you have to. It doesn't matter about the posture. Try to find your comfortable position, with your body. It doesn't matter if it's sitting or it's down or wherever. We don't have a fixed posture to follow, and little by little, more naturally, your body starting to talk with you, because say probably change position like this. So the body gives you the instruction to follow. So that's why I don't want to say this is the fixed position to breathe as a yoga, or probably or something else. You have to stay in this position, blah blah blah. No. So feel comfortable with your body in your position, doesn't matter what it is, and starting to put your attention and intention, but not tension, to your sound that you produce with your breath, but very calm, slow. Now we're very light and easy. You don't have to force it, control, or think about to doing well, doing not well. Just stop thinking about this. Stop thinking and start only to pay attention to the sound of your breath. They're starting to your nose, in and out. Without force it. No effort, very easy, gentle. As you can notice, there is not much pause between in and out, inhalation, exhalation, breathing, breathe out. There is no in, pause, out, pause. No, we try to forget about the pause between inhalation and exhalation. So it becomes as a circle, Circle means as one. In and out without stop. And out, in. In, out, because as a circle, become as a circle, with no pause between inhalation, exhalation. This is the nose, nasal breathing, that produces this sound. We can close our eyes if we want. That means that we can pay more attention without thinking about the eyes that see, no distraction. So we close our eyes for the reason to be more, to have more attention to the sound. Very simple. Only a few minutes of the attention to the sound of breath is something incredible, really. I know that you underestimate this, I don't want to call exercise, but practice or attention, simply attention to when we say to yourself or to your breath and to the sound of the breath. That means yourself, I say it's an object, but it's become, just to say, an object for the mind. But just to say only the mind can focus on this sound, so the mind is happy, has something to, and probably don't give you a distraction, you know. So also the mind is focusing on the sound, because you say everything is focused on the sound. When it's totally open, that means, you know, we can do a sort of breathing test. You know, let's say become longer, inhalation, breathe in and out. That means our potential is fully, it's totally free, you know. And when we have this state of function of the breath, of functionality of the breath, we are really, our reality have to totally change, for sure. For sure. If our breath is totally open, our eyes is totally open as a vision, and everything really start to become empowered and expand, because everything is connected, you know. That's why the breath is strictly connected, is the bridge, you know, between visible and invisible reality and ourselves. So when we use this tool properly, when we really empower these tools, that is our tools, that we don't have to buy it, it is inside of you right now. That's why it's very easy to put as a priority something that we have inside, always with us, always available, free, you know. It's very democratic. I can say very, everyone can have this possibility, this opportunity. Is the breath, is our first function, you know. And we can say it's priceless. It's something priceless, absolutely priceless. But really, pay attention, more attention to your breath, more attention during the day, not only as a practice or an exercise. During your day, you can put attention to your breath in every circumstances, when you are using your computer and stay there and chatting and wherever, and sometimes stops. And simply, you know, for really just a few seconds, return to your breath and put attention to your breath, and continue to chatting or doing whatever you do. But, you know, these breaks is very important also during your day, during your activity, during your day, no? What it's very easy not to do. You have just to remember about it, okay? And little by little becomes something that your body is asking to you. It's like, you know, an alarms that say, hey, please take a deep breath now. You know, so your body tells you when is the right time. And little by little, the more you pay attention to this, and the more the body responds to you to say, okay, now is the time to also for a few seconds to put attention onto your breath. That means release your breath, and you release all your, not only tension, but also you release with your breath. When you breathe out, especially when you breathe out, you eliminate a lot of toxins inside of your body, that is inside the cells, that the cells produce, and have to be out from your breath, not only with your skin or when you sweat, but when you breathe out, you expel, you breathe out a lot of tension and toxins inside of your body. So you clear, you know, it's a sort of cleaning, you know, internal cleaning. Because otherwise, if you hold all these toxins inside, you don't breathe out, so stay inside of your body, and also your blood become acid, and everything inside become, you know, and started to have symptoms that something is not good, for the reason that you don't breathe, you don't release, you hold also your breath, and holding your breath means also hold a lot of energy, you block your energy, and the thing's not flowing, it's not flowing. So that's why it's interesting to have more sensitiveness, means that you are able to feel when you are contract, and you, not someone else that say, please relax. No, you are aware to relax when you are contract. You are aware that now there is tension, and I intentionally release my tension. You know, you intentionally feel there is a tension in now I'm with my eyes, I use too much tension. I feel this, I recognize this because I'm sensitive about this. So I intentionally release this tension. It's totally different, That's why it's an independent way, autonomous way to, it's to self-caring, to self-education. Okay. This is the sound with your breath. So play with the sound of your breath producing through your nose. Only nose now is good, because with the nose also is like a filter, and there is a lot of filter. It's like a filter. The nostrils, especially here. There is a filter. So also the hair is filter. So become more, healthy hair that we introduce in our body. And so our body is incredible, have a filter. Also, if the hair is polluted, we have a filter inside. So our hair, when it comes in through the nose, and before arrive to the lungs and to the bloodstream and go to the cells, because it's the primary food of the cells, oxygen. So there is a filter. Think about it. There is a filter that filters and, introduce the hair that is more clear and is more healthy for that is the primary food for the cells. Before arrive at the cell level, we have a filter. That's why it's important. The nose is for breathing. The mouth is for eating. That's why the breath, you have to first empower more the breath with the nose. Of course, if it's closed, okay, use your mouth. So also with your mouth, you can produce the sound. Different sound. When you relax, think about this is another sound that you can make with the hair through the mouth. It's different. You can play with the sound of the breath, with the nose, with the mouth, with the throat. And little by little, you experience also the sound, with your body. Okay, Michele. Michele say thank you very much. That means thank you, Cristiano. Thank you, Michele. It is time for say bye to you, and we have another webinar next, probably the 22. I remember, probably yes, it's the 22. So next week. Thank you very much for everybody. If we have something to asking, I'm here. Otherwise, I say bye to you also, and thank you very much being here. And I would like to say thank you very much. And yes, the next, of course, week 22 at 3 o'clock. Thank you, Carlos. Ciao, Carlos. Thank you very much. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Mercy. I'm sure that you enjoy this such a things. And if you want to go alone and further with you and experience this sound and have a guide, I just say to you that probably Irene sent to you the links to the podcast on Spotify or Anchor. If you have Spotify or Anchor,
yes, I have uploaded the link on our website, but of course I will share again the link. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anna.
You're welcome.
Anna, Monica, and Mercy, and Irene, and everyone. So we see next week. If you need, I don't want to say need. If you want to ask me something personal, etc., also Irene can give you that is c.verducci@unis.it. And otherwise, we see you next week. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and breath. breathe. Breathe more.
Thank you,
Breathe
Cristiano.
more. Breathe more. Pay attention more to your breath. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.